Hi everyone. So I'm speaking to you from a little place called Suya, which is in the southwest of Crete, and it's a beautiful, beautiful day, and it's one of my favorite places on earth. You really feel like you're on the edge of the world here, and it's very quiet at this time of year, especially early April. I want to talk to you today about Easter, the time of Easter that we're coming up to, and the idea of death and resurrection. Now, I know that myself and a few of the people I've been working with have been experiencing a lot of this lately, this idea of parts of us dying, parts of the ways we've been living and being and doing dying, and resurrecting, and things being reborn. So connections with our home, connections with people, relationships, work even being reborn. And it's a natural part of the organic flow of the process of evolution, the process of creation. So it's nothing really to be afraid of, but there are some important things that we need to remember as we're going through these times. So, like any death, these do bring up a lot of emotions. Okay, they can bring up grief, they can bring up loss, they can bring up a sense of despair, even a sense of hopelessness. And those emotions are all important to be felt, so we can really move through them, and so they can be transformed into more creative, if you want, energies, into more flow, into more creativity, into more love, and into more harmony. So it's really important to feel all the feelings that might arise during this time. And be aware of the parts of your life where you are experiencing these things. When you are experiencing a sense of renewal and a rebirth, we're coming out of a few months of quite intense times, of winter times, if you want. Maybe some people call them dark nights of the soul, even. So a lot of people, including myself, are experiencing now this sense of openness and expansion, and there's a real sense of being reborn. Like, work is changing, relationships are changing, relationships with my home, even this land that I call home, which is Crete, is transforming this week. So it's really important to just acknowledge, where things are changing right now, where things are dying, and where things are being reborn, and it will be perhaps in areas that are more obvious, and perhaps in other more subtle areas. So it's really a time to honour this process. Okay, there's nothing really to do except honour these deaths, to celebrate what has been, and to really invite and welcoming the new, welcoming the new relationships, the new way of being, the new way of doing that's happening inside of you. And happening inside of you is a really important thing to acknowledge as well. I know in the past I've tried to force things a lot, come from a real heady space of pushing and striving and doing. But what I'm recognizing now, and what lots of teachers do really say, is that we are like the wombs of the universe. So we have to let things kind of nurture, and if you want, for want of a better world, gestate inside of us, so be created inside of us. So we have to, take time to invite these new ways of being and doing, these new creations, these new evolutions of the soul, of the being, to be felt, to be held inside the body, inside of ourselves, before perhaps acting on them, before going out into the world and acting on them. So now I feel is a perfect time for that, to really celebrate all the past, celebrate and honour everything that is dying, and to give time to invite and to feel and to sit with all the newness that's arising inside of us, and as a consequence, of course, outside of us as well. So give yourself some time, make sure you breathe, make sure you sit, make sure you be still. Of course it's easy if you have a setting as beautiful as this, but even if you're in a city that's really busy, you can still carve out your time and your space, a physical location, perhaps in nature, even better, perhaps a space in your flat that feels very sacred, where you can just sit and be still and honour the deaths and invite all the resurrections to happen. So if this message touches you, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to get some conversations going in comments about all of this, all of your path. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions to ask, then please feel free to post them in the comments, and I will answer them the best that I can. I'm also keen to start doing some Q&A, some question and answer sessions. So if you have questions, then please send them over to me, and I'll make a list of them. And then at one point soon, I will do either a live video or a video or a podcast or something that's answering some of your questions. So enjoy your day, enjoy this time of death and resurrection, and I will see you on the other side. Bye bye.